Okay, game 2. So I keep this just because Fatal Push, which I sided in 2 of, is just amazing against Frog. Like, Frog is half the reason, this matchup is half the reason why I have Fatal, well, the entire reason why I have Fatal Push into sideboard, because it just handles this and is, you know, extra bolts in several other matchups. But this is really the key matchup where Fatal Push is really super valuable replacement. So the thinking is, yeah, I do this. I believe, yeah, I know they have Psychic Frog here. Here I decide to Fatal Push just because I have 2. And it's like, it's the only thing I can Fatal Push. So I'm like, okay, might as well use one of them here and save my tithe for everything. Yeah, so we're not drawing any stuff. Stone Rain. Counter that. Okay, so now they have Oculus. So now my decision here was, I had a few ways to go. So I knew I had to kill Oculus. I could have Prismatic Ending to that and held up a Mana Tithe, but so that's not what I ended up doing. What I ended up doing was I boomed to lose a land, and then Fatal Pushed with the whatever that ability of Fatal Push, allowing me to kill Oculus. It was not the right call, only because I forgot that like Oculus is still in their graveyard. They can unearth it. But the thinking was, okay, permanently get them off one land. But on balance, like just because Oculus can come back from the graveyard, and of course what that does is that prevents me from even casting Haktos the next turn. So yeah, I think in a case like that, it was, again, I don't know, maybe it was the right call just because they are still stuck at 1 mana. There's a bunch of stuff at 2 mana that now they can't cast. Oh yeah, so I mean, I realized my mistake there because when or my decision there was because when I Inquisition, I noticed they had Unearth, and if they cast Unearth again on Oculus, then I have to Prismatic Ending the Oculus, and then they've got a second manifested creature, and then I'm in trouble. So yeah, I got rid of that. I believe they also had Stern Scolding was the other thing I considered getting rid of, because Stern Scolding can counter Haktos. But I mean, even just knowing they have Stern Scolding is valuable, because then it's like, okay, I can be patient casting Haktos. I don't need to cast him into a Stern Scolding. So the idea was, yeah, get rid of the thing that can bring back the Oculus when they draw a land, even though that physically prevents me from casting Haktos. So I do that on the token just because my life is getting low. And I know I can tie that they play a frog or anything. Frog in this case. Yeah. Again, did I do that too early? Maybe, just because I was still at 10 life. But yeah, I mean, obviously I was, well, here my Mana Tide saves me because, yeah, it's be a massive Merc Tide. So that top deck saves me. I'm hoping for another win. So for some reason, they don't have anything. I mean, I'm stuck on mana, and for some reason, they're not drawing anything either. So here is where I will boil on their upkeep to clear the way for a Haktos. That's the idea. They just don't have a counter for it, so I don't know. And then now it's clear path. I mean, I think not as clear as I thought, because I think they have Force of Negation for that. Yeah. But it's like, yeah, what are they going to do to kill me? I don't have anything to kill me with. Yeah. So, yeah, so again, in this case, it was a matter of, I mean, it's hard to say, but I mean, there's a reason why, like, my philosophy is always destroy the land, because that just prevents them from doing things. And obviously, you know, because they did not have that second land, there was stuff they could have wanted to do. Well, actually, no, I saw their hand, so I'm like, what could they have done? They could have Psychic Frogged, and then I would have Fatal Pushed that. So, yeah, I mean, in this case, I think I should have done the Prismatic ending instead of the Fatal Push Boom on the Oculus, just because of that unearth danger. So yeah, I mean, that's an element of Oculus I need to be mindful of. But luckily they didn't draw any more lands. And luckily when they did try to cast stuff, I had the Mana Tides ready. So yeah, again, very close game. Yeah, very tight. You know, I think I got lucky here, and a very big shock. I was able to beat Blue-Black Oculus in 2 games because, again, as I said, this was not a good matchup, but I think, yeah, they just didn't draw their lands this match. So 3-0, and now I'm thinking, yeah, another 5-0 is coming up. Yeah.